All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division with a big case of I told you so. Terence Crawford and Errol Spence will be having a rematch, and Terence Crawford, if he's able to win that rematch, it is confirmed that the biggest fight available for him, other than Errol Spence Jr., will be at 147 pounds against a man named Jaron Ennis. And if it wasn't for Errol Spence Jr. forcing the first fight, and, well, some people won't say he forced it, pushing the first fight and pushing the second fight, Terence Crawford would be on the outside looking in. And if you don't believe it, once again, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s CEO Leonard Ellerbe hinted at this earlier. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division, where I'm going to give you a case of I told you so, because this thing with Terence Crawford and his search for immortality, legacy, is hitting some big-time hurdles. And for all of the people that said that he is now the biggest man in boxing and has all of these options, no, he does not, because more options have disappeared in the last couple weeks. Just wanted to wait a little while to update you on it. Now, before I get into it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It means a massive, massive amount. Thank you. But let's get into this, because there's been a few things that have taken place that have now changed the landscape in boxing. Orders that have come from, or statements that have been made by sanctioning bodies. Two specific sanctioning bodies. One is the IBF, and the other one is the WBC. And they affect Terence Crawford and what Terence Crawford's options are severely. And once again, this is something that was hinted at by Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s, the CEO of his promotional company, Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerbe. If you recall, after the Errol Spence Jr. versus Terence Crawford fight, Terence Crawford took to Twitter and took to saying what he wasn't going to do. He had a member of his team, Steve So Cold Nelson, talked about what he didn't want to do. And boxing fans jumped behind it and said, yeah, that's right. Canelo is going after legacy. He doesn't need to fight Thurman at 147 or Danny Garcia, because he said he wouldn't do those. Doesn't need to fight Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is not a legacy guy. What it is the Jermell Charlo fight and the Canelo Alvarez fight. That's what he wants. Leonard Ellerbe said very, very subtly and politely, Terence Crawford should not be limiting his options, because some of those options you think you have, you don't really have. And that has come to fruition with this statement by the WBC and the IBF's actions. The WBC says that Canelo Alvarez will have to fight the winner of David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. My understanding is, let me be clear, that they said that Canelo has to fight David Benavidez. If David Benavidez beats Demetrius Andrade. I don't know if that means that he has to fight Demetrius Andrade if Andrade beats David Benavidez. However, that is what you call a roadblock to Terence Crawford fighting Canelo Alvarez. A Canelo Alvarez had already said he didn't have any interest in fighting Terence Crawford. If David Benavidez does not fight Canelo and Canelo is stripped of the belt, there goes the undisputed. So that is the big time legacy conversation that people are having that has been taken away by who? Fighters that are fighting on the PBC. Let's go to the next, which is 154, where Bud said that he wanted to go get undisputed at 154. Well, that is that much more difficult now because Jermell Charlo has vacated his IBF belt because he did not want to fight. I can't remember the guy's name, Magmadov, a Eastern European fighter where they said that they were going to go to purse bid because they couldn't come up with an agreement. Well, Jermell Charlo has now dropped that belt. So, having dropped that belt, that guy is going to fight for the IBF title. You also have the other belt that was taken from Jermell Charlo, which was the WBO. So that's gone. And now you have 3 champions at 154 pounds. That is gone. So, again, like I said when this originally started taking place, do not brush aside what Steven Espinoza said about Jaron Ennis. And they were not playing with Terence Crawford with that IBF belt. They just took it from him. So what is to come next? Is he going to get a shot at Tim Tszyu? I highly, highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. And why do I doubt that? Because there's more of a relationship between Jaron Ennis, even though he is not advised or managed specifically by Al Heyman, with the PBC, with whom Tim Tszyu fights. They're going to make that in-house fight between their up-and-coming star that they can trust is loyal to that promotional situation they got over there, and have those two guys fight. Jaron Ennis more than likely is going to get shots against all of these guys at 147 for the belts if Terence Crawford drops them. Otherwise, Terence Crawford, if he's going to defend the 147-pound titles, are going to have to do it against guys like Keith Thurman. He's going to have to do it against guys that the PBC pushes through those rankings. Maybe through with Top Rank, maybe if they move Josh Taylor or Teofimo Lopez up. But even there, I doubt very much that Bob Arum is in any hurry to feed any of those guys to Terence Crawford. Now, you guys can call it hate. You can call whatever you want to call it. Have a field day talking about how I'm hating. But I'm telling you, this is what I've said for a while, and this is what is coming to fruition. Terence Crawford can be his own worst enemy. The way that he negotiated with Errol Spence Jr. left a bad taste in the mouth of the people that he was negotiating with. Not just Errol, but that whole organization, which if you can like it or you can lump it, doesn't really matter to me. That if you're dealing in the lightweight division, the promoters are real. They have real interest. They have real, very real power. They have real influence over what takes place with those belts and with those sanctioning bodies. And those guys are moving and maneuvering to do what's best for their organizations. The PBC does it. The Top Rank does it. Golden Boy does it. And if you isolate yourself from all those major players, then what do you think is going to happen? You're going to wind up being put in a situation like Leonard Ellerby said. Those options that you have are not the options you think you have. So if they are looking at Terence like, look, man, yeah, we got a big money fight for you. Who's the big money fight? Well, we want to see Jaron Ennis in the ring with you because we think Jaron Ennis can beat you. And we think this is a young and up-and-coming star that if he can get in a fight with you, win, lose, even if he just puts up a really, really good show, This would allow us to help build him. But if Terence Crawford snubs his nose at it, originally Steve Nelson was snubbing his nose at the acting as if they wanted to snub their nose at the Errol Spence rematch, snubbing his nose at Keith Thurman, snubbing his nose at Jamel after Jamel didn't. That I did a video today about the money that people think, the star status that people think that they have, man. It's not, man, it ain't necessarily like that. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.